Chapter 1. 589. The underground research facility stretched around him like a cathedral of science, carved from solid rock 500 meters beneath the bustling streets of Neo-Singapore. Holographic warning signs pulsed in a dozen languages, their message unwavering: quantum isolation zone, level 9 clearance required. The sterile air hummed with the constant thrum of advanced machinery, a mechanical heartbeat that had become the soundtrack to humanity's most ambitious project. Dr. Elena Vasquez stood to Tion's left, her 29-year-old frame bent over a holographic display that projected molecular models in brilliant blue light. The particle theorist's Hispanic features were sharp with concentration, her fingers dancing through three-dimensional equations that hung in the air like frozen lightning. Her dark hair was pulled back severely, revealing the stress lines that had appeared over the past 3 years of relentless experimentation. Quantum coherence holding at 97.3%, Elena called out, her voice tight with the forced optimism that had become their ritual. She knew, as they all knew, that 97% was never enough. The quantum realm demanded perfection, and perfection had proven as elusive as smoke. To Tion's right, Dr. Kai Chen's steady hands moved across his control interface with the precision of a master pianist. The 31-year-old systems engineer had been monitoring the PC-1R's quantum field containment for so long that the machine's rhythms had synchronized with his own heartbeat. His Chinese features remained impassive, but Tion could see the tension in the set of his shoulders, the way his jaw clenched when the power readings began their inevitable climb toward catastrophe. Behind them all, Dr. Amara Okafor sat cross-legged on the floor, her neural interface crown glowing softly against her dark skin. The 27-year-old data analyst from Nigeria had volunteered for the experimental brain-computer connection, allowing her to process computational models at superhuman speed. Her eyes rolled back slightly as terabytes of information flowed directly into her consciousness, her mind becoming one with the quantum calculations that governed their work. Initiating particle entanglement sequence, Kai announced, his voice cutting through the ambient hum. The machine's core chamber began to iris open, revealing the sphere of contained dark matter that hung at its heart like a captive star. Quantum entanglement particles danced in the magnetic field matrix, their existence balanced on the knife's edge between reality and possibility. Tion felt his pulse quicken as it always did at this moment, the moment when theory met reality, when months of calculations either proved themselves or crumbled into mathematical dust. His adaptive smart fabric suit registered his elevated heart rate and began cooling his body temperature. But nothing could cool the fire of anticipation that burned in his chest. Power levels climbing, Elena reported, her eyes fixed on the holographic displays that showed energy readings spiking toward their upper limits. 2.7 terawatts and rising. The laboratory around them seemed to hold its breath. Even the constant hum of the machinery appeared to quiet, as if the facility itself was watching, waiting for the outcome of attempt number 589. Red warning lights began to flash as the quantum particles reached their critical threshold, their dance becoming more frantic, more desperate. For a heartbeat, for one perfect, crystalline moment, the readings held. Quantum coherence stabilized. The entangled particles sang in perfect harmony, their synchronized vibrations promising to unlock the secrets of instantaneous transportation, of communication across infinite distances, of humanity's next great leap into the cosmos. Then, like a soap bubble touched by fire, it all collapsed. The amber warning lights cast eerie shadows across Dr. Tion Wei's weathered face as he stood before the towering PC-1R chamber, his dark eyes reflecting the failure that had become as familiar as breathing. At 34, the lead quantum physicist bore the weight of 1,247 days etched into the lines around his eyes, each day another step deeper into the labyrinth of quantum mechanics that had consumed his life. His bioluminescent contact lenses flickered with cascading data streams, the numbers telling the same story they had told 588 times before: failure. The brilliant flash of white light was so intense that even Tion's enhanced safety goggles couldn't prevent the temporary blindness that followed. He threw his arm up instinctively, reaching for the emergency shutdown controls as the quantum particles scattered like startled birds. The chamber filled with the acrid smell of overloaded circuits and the bitter taste of failure. Experiment failed. Quantum decoherence detected. The computer announced in its maddeningly calm voice, the words appearing in stark red holograms that seemed to mock their efforts. Microscopic particles danced chaotic patterns across the visualization screens, their orderly formation destroyed in microseconds. Elena's shoulders sagged as she watched the quantum stability readings plummet from 97% to 12% in the space of 3 milliseconds. Kai's hands flew over his controls, engaging safety protocols and containment fields, his face a mask of professional disappointment. Amara's neural interface crown dimmed as she disconnected from the data stream, her young face reflecting the exhaustion they all felt in their bones. The status screen blinked mercilessly. Attempt 589. Failed. The timestamp read 3:47 a.m., day 1247 of Project Quantum Bridge. 589 attempts. 589 failures. The numbers had become a mantra, a meditation on human limitation and the stubborn refusal of the universe to yield its secrets. Tion pulled off his safety goggles with trembling fingers, rubbing his tired eyes as the weight of another failure settled on his shoulders like a lead blanket. The bioluminescent displays in his contact lenses dimmed to conserve power, leaving his eyes their natural dark brown, vulnerable and human in the sterile perfection of the laboratory. 589 attempts, he whispered, his voice barely audible above the cooling system's gentle hum. What are we missing? The question hung in the air like incense in a cathedral, unanswered and perhaps unanswerable. Around him, the laboratory fell silent except for the eternal whisper of machinery and the soft exhalation of defeat. Elena closed her holographic displays one by one, their blue light fading into darkness. Kai initiated the shutdown sequence, watching as the PC-1R's amber glow slowly died. Amara sat motionless, her neural crown now dark, her mind her own once again. In the sudden quiet, Tion could hear his own heartbeat, steady and determined despite everything. Somewhere in the back of his mind, attempt number 590 was already beginning to take shape, already demanding attention. But for now, in this moment of failure and frustration, he allowed himself to feel the full weight of human limitation, the terrible, beautiful burden of reaching for something just beyond their grasp. The quantum realm waited, patient and eternal, for humanity to unlock its secrets. And tomorrow, like every day before it, they would try again.